Hi everyone, I am Stacy, the divine feminine half of Love in the Unknown. We just launched our new website. Feel free to check it out. It's loveintheunknown.org. God's telling me to be more vulnerable. And, for me, that means video diaries. So here we go. This morning we had a beautiful call with some of our soul family, and it was extremely inspirational. Right now, I do feel like there is a collective energy blasting through, and it's in regards to letting go, letting go of all of our childhood wounding. Like, we can't hold on to anything anymore, and it's sometimes difficult to fully comprehend what letting it go means, and it takes a lot of deep diving into the way that we feel and what's going on in our current reality, and reflecting on how the things that have happened to us in the past could have an effect on that. Immediately we started the conversation out this morning in regards to the lack and poverty mindset. Growing up, it's not that my dad didn't make good money. He was a foreman in numerous construction companies, and he made real good money, but they didn't really have the grandest priorities in regards to what to spend the money on. So they, it's all of us when we're caught up in those karmic cycles of self-loathing. We really just kind of are frivolous and waste on things that are just gonna cover up our emotions. So, that was pretty much my entire childhood. And going to school and not having the clothes that we needed, not always having the food that we needed, and really kind of having the image that we were poor. And that has really, it's humbled me to a point where I really don't need a lot of material items to be happy. I can live a very simple existence and be extremely satisfied. Hence, living out in nature in the forest. I love it here. And I love being a nomad and having the pop-up and traveling, and we can only really own what we can carry. So I see the blessings in all of those experiences, but I do know that I've never really experienced what it's like to be overabundant, in the monetary sense. So for me, flipping that and letting go of the constructs and learned behaviors and the nurture, the nature versus nurture. Naturally, we are abundant. Abundance is everywhere. And that is what kept me in joy as a child, as I was also blessed to grow up around the forest and have magical experiences and have abundance and love with Mother Earth. And my connection to God was so strong my entire life. I had that sustenance. So it goes to show that with the power of God and having God at your side all the time, you really can push through anything. And you do always receive everything that you need, even if you're not getting the physical reward that others seem to be getting around you. But again, it's just seeming. It's an illusion. So really diving deep into those constructs and having the intention to have them dissolve so that we can get back to just being in that blissful state and not worrying about finances. Luckily we are right now staying on some free land where it doesn't cost us anything to be where we are, and it's such a great blessing. So to get out of that program mindset of always needing more and more and more is, I guess it's a blessing, We launched the website. I took these really beautiful pictures We got some cool display items, and I've been really having a lot of fun putting it out there. So it's my intention to not gain the abundance for selfish gain, you know? I live a simple life, and my vision of my highest timeline is having infinite abundance so that I can then share with everybody. You know, you see somebody, I love the idea of giving blessings, random blessings of abundance. So it's like showing up at someone's doorstep with just like a whole big load of groceries, or being able to just hand a chunk of money to a single mother, you know, to help her get caught up on her bills, or like giving her a gift certificate for a massage so that she can relax. I see that I'm a giver in that light where, you know, the abundance is there for me, and it's generational, and it's there for all of us. We just have to let go of all of these patterns and belief systems that have put us in the poverty mindset. So I did write down quite a few I am affirmations, and this is pretty much a ceremony. So I'll read that out loud now. I am eternally abundant. I am and have all that is. I let go of all constructs, programming, and illusions in regards to lack and poverty mindset. I am the cornucopia of abundance, so that I may give and receive abundantly from all that is. I activate my energetic body and am fully open to receive abundance in all forms. I am abundant. I am abundant. I am abundant. I am royal. I am a royal angel. I am wealthy and have enough. I am wealthy and have enough money to share with everyone. And then, like, as we were discussing, I really got all of these beautiful ideas, thank you, God, to create abundance in our reality. I mean, it's new things, and it's not even new things. It's things we haven't done before, but we've gotten divine guidance and inspiration, and for whatever reason, we didn't do it in that moment as we received the information, or we didn't write it down, so we missed the opportunity. And it happens a lot. So it's having the integrity to follow through with these things almost instantaneously, where you're going to see the biggest impact. So I wrote down these things, and I'm going to have the integrity and follow through with them. So stay tuned. Okay, and then it also came to me through another conversation that we were having today in regards to, like, not only holding ourselves in lower energetics, which is all of like the constructs and programming and traumas that we've experienced throughout the experience so far, but when we hold on to all of those memories and belief systems, we hold ourselves in lower energetics. So holding yourself in the poverty mindset prevents you from being open to receiving abundance. But also, holding others in the lower aspects of themselves prevents transformation all around in the entire collective. So it came to me to write a list. You know, you generally, the ego would say, write a hit list, you know, write a hit list of all those fuckers that really did you dirty. And it's that bitterness that comes through, and a lot of us hold on to the bitterness, and that also prevents abundance. So it's like, okay, who am I bitter towards? And it's usually the ones that have really just fucking, it boggles your mind how they could have done some of the things that they did. So I wrote a list, and energetically, I could feel as soon as I started writing the list, these layers peel off, you know? It's layers peel off of our soul, because all of us are innocent children in the garden with God. All of us, you know? It's just been such a long line of dysfunction, and it's been learned behavior. But that's what we're doing, is we're flipping it, and we're unlearning the behavior, and we're getting back to that purity. live and let live, freedom of expression. In the Garden of Eden, where there is no need, want, or desire, because God provides all things. Miracles exist in every moment. So first I'm going to be real vulnerable and read this list out loud. Triggers are treasures. So if you're watching this and you know somebody on this list, or if you are on this list, this is just a few of the ones that came boldly into my consciousness. If you just have like one on your list, that's fine. But this is a love list and a forgiveness list and a letting go of that garbage. Because ultimately, it's none of our fault. Anything that happened. So if you feel like you were a victim and there was a perpetrator, if there's a villain in your life, it's time to realize that that wasn't them. It's a long line of dysfunction that was carried on from generation to generation, and in this moment we can fix it. We can reverse it. Linda Daly, my mother. I love you so much. I let go of everything, not understanding certain things because it's not up to me to understand. I love you, and I wish you the grandest happiness and peace and freedom within yourself, because you are just a little girl, I see so many reflections and mirrors in our lives. And the unknown is beautiful. So I look forward to seeing the evolution of your soul and your experience. Thank you for birthing me. Thank you for showing me the comfort and love of the bosom of a mother. And I love you. I dissolve all shame in regards to what happened in my childhood. And I forgive you fully and completely. Dennis James Daly Jr., my little brother. I love you so much, buddy. And there hasn't ever been a moment where I didn't love you. And there never really was a moment where I didn't see you as my little brother, that little cuddly brother. And it just shows the generational pain that carries on. And I do see you overcoming that. And I do see you having these self-realizations in regards to the energy of dad that carried on through you. And that you can dissolve that and make a change. Reflected back on one time I was in my dining room with Lydia, and she asked me a question, and I snapped at her because I was in the middle of something and I got frustrated in that moment. I saw that was that energy that comes through us, that's been passed on through generations, and I saw that it was from the Daily line. And in that moment I swore that I would squash it and I would never ever respond to her in that way again. And we all have the opportunity to do that in every moment. And I really see that happening for you. And I love you. And I forgive you. And I dissolve all shame in regards to any unawareness of our own behaviors and the behaviors of our family lineage. VJ Coden, even though I'm still not really quite sure who you are. I forgive you. Because, you know, I have no idea what it's like to be you. But I know that love is the only thing that exists. And I'm so grateful for our babies. And I'm so grateful to have had my grand awakening. And I'm grateful for the experience with you to have been a catalyst for change for me. I love you. I forgive you. I hope you can forgive me. I send you so much love. I dissolve all shame in regards to everything that happened. I love you. Shirley and Ronald Babcock. This is difficult for me because, there's been, a lot of excuses made. And, when you know somebody, say infamous, that did horrible, unthinkable, countless things to so many children. So much sexual abuse. And, it curdles your stomach every time you think about it because, it is wrong. And you gotta face the facts that it happened. And there are so many victims of Ronald Babcock sexual molestation. And it trickled down to Aaron Babcock, Richard Babcock, and whoever else in that family who sexually abused and molested every single female that they possibly could. And Shirley Babcock, Linda Daly, Debbie, Aunt Anna, all of the women who just sat idly by and did not have the courage to speak out and speak up and stop the insanity. I forgive all of you because these are constructs that you were taught. This is dysfunction. I'm bringing it to the light. I dissolve all shame in regards to these instances, but it can no longer continue. So I dissolve the family lineage line on my mother's side in regards to the victimization and traumatization in regards to sexuality for little girls and boys, because I don't know. Who knows how deep it actually went? But I know that I've had experience with all of the masculine on my mother's side. I forgive you. And I pray that you can forgive yourself, make amends, apologize to God, to yourself, to the victims of your cruelty, and decide to be better for our bloodline. Trisha Daly Hutchison, my biological sister. I love you so much. I pray that you do see this video because a lot of this trauma, letting go of it and working through this love list of letting go is going to be so profound for you. Because there's demons associated with all of these energetics, whether it was the physical abuse from our father or the sexual abuse from the other side of our grandfather, our uncles, and our cousins. If you forgive and let go and pray for the highest of our bloodlines and understand that it's no one's fault, we can all return to innocence together. And the dysfunction stops here. I love you all. Thank thank you for sharing this time with me. I appreciate it so much. If you would like to book a session, check out our sessions available on loveintheunknown.org. I love you.